Hello, welcome to the Mortgage Loan Officer Podcast, brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. I'm your host, Frank Garay, and I'm here with a good friend of mine, Michael Hyche.
Yep, said it right.
Did I
Thank
get
you.
it right?
You got it
Michael
right, Frank.
Hyche.
Yep.
Okay. I wanted to get Michael on the podcast, everybody, because I'm going to put this right out front. He's only been in the loan business as a mortgage loan officer for 4 months, and he's got 7 deals in the pipeline. So to get 7 deals in the pipeline, and these are real deals he's trying to close right now. None of them's closed yet, but the fact that he's got 7 deals in the pipeline in just 4 months is pretty doggone remarkable. And I
Nice.
thought that this would be a great thing just to chat about real quick because I think everybody experienced or new who might be watching or listening to this, Michael, is going to go, how the heck did you do that? Right? So let's go ahead and dive into that. Oh, I got to fix my light here. There we go. So let's get, so Michael, so you spent about 20 plus years doing real estate investing with your wife, which was doing fix and flips and things like that and that sort of thing. But so was it, what, what in the world possessed you to get to the point? Like, what were you thinking?
So
Like,
it's funny. It's funny. So a while back, we sold one of our properties on in Indianapolis, and the lady on the other end was a mortgage broker, and her and my wife became good friends. So a couple years later, she ended up starting her own company, and she said, "Mike, why don't you come work with me?" I was like, "Let me go see what a mortgage broker does." So I went and researched it. I was like, "Okay, I come work for your company," and here I am.
this is something that I've always said, Michael. And bear in mind, you've been doing this 4 months. I've been doing this for God. This month is 38 years. 30,
Wow.
38 years. Wow, you're as shocked as me. Because I don't even look 38.
I
You know
know,
what I
right?
mean? Yeah, isn't that weird? So, but I've been doing this for that long. But what I've always said is the mortgage industry is one of those weird industries where nobody finds it. It's like the industry finds you
Yeah,
somehow,
yeah.
and it's that's your case as well. It found you somehow, and here you are. So, okay, did you so you've been in the business for 4 months. Does that mean you started, quote unquote, going to work? So you had to take some time to get your licensing, right? So was
I
that
mean,
prior to the 4 months? And now
prior to the 4 months.
okay.
That's
So
prior.
would that take a couple months or something like that?
I wish. Yeah, I said it took a little longer than it should
Yeah.
have. It took me 3 times to pass the. I mean, it took me on my third try. That's when I passed the test. So yeah, it
Okay.
took about
Yeah.
6 months to get there.
All right. But for 4 months, that's when you're like, I'm licensed. My license is with this company, your friend, right? Of your friend. My
Yes.
license is with her, and I am getting to work. So how did you go from that to 4 months, just 4 months later, having 7 deals in the pipeline? Walk us through the journey.
Well, soon I got my license. The first thing I did was get my membership with MMA.
Well, okay, so before you even go further, why? Were you already tuned into MMA? Is that your business partner with MMA? How did you find Mortgage Marketing Animals? How?
So it's funny. Before this, I was me and my other business partner. He lives in New Jersey. He was like, "Hey man, it's this group that you should know about since you're getting your mortgage license. It's called MMA." And he sent me all you guys' information, and then I checked you guys out like literally a week or two before I got my license. Start
Okay.
checking you guys out. I was like, "It's like a group I need to be with." So I did the Breakfast Club for about 2 weeks, and I was like, "I'm doing it." I think I was watching it when I seen a lady. I think it was the lady who did 19 deals that 1 month.
Oh, Sarah Cox.
And I seen her and I was like, I'm signing up. Signing up.
So you learned about Mortgage Marketing Animals from a friend and looked it up, and then you started coming to Breakfast Club.
For about
And you come to Breakfast Club pretty much all the time, or
yeah, I do. I make it part of my morning routine.
yeah? So every
Yeah.
day, hang out with us on Breakfast Club. Well,
Yeah.
good, man. I'm glad you do, and thank you for your participation. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
All right. So right away, so this is kind of neat because you're brand new to the business, and you just went, well, I'm gonna go get coaching, and so
Yeah.
you just did it right out of the gates, and that's pretty remarkable. So keep going. Okay, so you joined MMA right away. How did this happen to where now 4 months later you've got 7 deals in the pipeline and growing? What walk us
Okay.
through?
When I first started, that's when I heard about the call stars, and I've had caller reluctancy at first. I was kind of scared to call these realtors, but I was like, hey, you know what? Everything that I want is on the other side of my fear. I say that a lot. That's just one of those things. If I want the new house, the new car, whatever I want, it's on the other side of my fear. So
Hmm.
I knew that I had to crush it. So I just started making calls, I didn't even know how to work my CRMs in my systems. So I was
Yeah.
calling them, and my mortgage broker, she was like, hey, calm down with the meetings. Cause I was getting to the point where I was having 10 appointments a week.
No kidding. So, all right. So you jumped on Call Stars, and for those who aren't aware of it, just for those who are not aware of Call Stars, what is it? What was that?
Our stars is when we have Monday we call realtors, Tuesdays just ask, Wednesday's database, and then Thursday is looking in pre-approvals.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yep.
So it's a Zoom call basically where you get together with a bunch of other loan officers and everybody gets pumped up and ready to go and mutes
Yeah.
their Zoom and makes their calls together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And it's
it's,
so good to see because it motivates you to see other MLOs doing it. So I
yeah.
work both from at home. So it's like to see that makes me, it gets me pumped up. And then I
You
love
know,
it to ask questions beforehand. So
yeah, you have the chat beforehand, then you get going. And you're right. I think there's so many originators who work from home these days or are remote. And that's one of, Breakfast Club and Call Stars are just great. Um, what's the word? They're great avenues or outlets or you know what I mean, communities that you can plug into and feel not like you're all alone, stranded on an island somewhere because you can talk to so many people. So you're doing calls. Did you happen to get a qualified agent list to get started? Did you?
no, so lucky me, my
Yeah.
wife's a realtor.
Yeah.
So I just go in her, I'm able to go into my board. That's what they call the system here, my board. And I can see all the realtors who have been doing deals the last 6 months. And I can see how many deals they do. So I start calling the ones who are really crushing it first.
That's what you did. So you went in. So, but you're following the plan. So
On the
what
plan.
what you're doing is you're calling real estate agents that have business. You're not blindly calling a real estate agent just because they're a real estate agent. And just for those of you that are listening, that is the plan of the mortgage marketing animals. You start with a list. You just want to make sure that when you're making your outbound calls, that you're making outbound calls to real estate agents that are doing business, right? It makes so much more sense. I was listening to I was talking to Carl. This is a couple of years back, and we were talking about this very matter. And he goes, Frankie, he says it's when it comes to calling on real estate agents, he goes, people just got to understand. It's like if you wanted an orange, would you rather get an orange seed and plant it in the ground and wait for it to grow and start producing oranges? Or would you rather just go up to an orange tree that's already got oranges on it, just pick an orange? And I go, well, duh, obviously, just go get. He goes, well, that's what this is. It's like when we're going to put in the effort and the energy to make these calls. And like you said, hey man, I got a little call reluctance. It's already kind of stressing me out. I've got a, some heavy lifting mentally to get through here to make these calls. Well, if I'm going to make it, I might as well make that call to someone who's actually got some business going on. So if they do like me,
Yep.
right,
Yep.
I can get something. So
Yep.
yeah, so that's cool. So you started calling agents. So you were getting a lot of appointments, huh? Tell me about that.
I was getting a lot of appointments, but at first it was like it was hit or miss because I was holding myself back because I was so nervous that I didn't even know how to work my CRM. I didn't know how to make a deal go through. So
Yeah.
I was like, man, I need extra help in my office. So I found someone in my office who is crushing it as well. She's doing 5 to 10 deals a month. And I'm like, hey, if you help me, we can work a deal out on my first 10 deals.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Again, this is
Yeah.
an animals kind of strategy here. So what you're doing, what you decided was is like, I'll be bold enough to go out and get these appointments and talk to some people and start to get some deals in the door, but you got to help me close these things.
There
Like,
you go.
because I don't know what I'm doing.
There you
Right.
go.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to prospect. Like I don't mind talking. It's just I want to make sure I can make this go from A to Z.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the last thing you want to do is be like, absolutely, sure, get it in and then screw up some deal. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, that's cool. You know, what's funny too is I know another gentleman. He's on Breakfast Club. His name is Glenn. I don't know if you've ever seen him. I always kid about his name. His last name, I don't know how to pronounce it. I always go meow. But that's how he got started, and he's working with a partner just like you. And then he just decided, well, that's just the way we're going to stay
Yeah.
because I might as well just keep bringing it in and let her just keep closing it. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, she's got to do my part or I got to do her part. And so that might be something that just happens. You never know, right? You
Right.
might just stay that way. Who knows? But okay, cool. So let me ask you this: How long?
She shows me how to do it. She just shows me everything she does, and I just
Yeah,
walk all the way through so I know how. So
you got to know how.
yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. All right. So okay. So well, So it's 4 months later. So like, when did the so you joined MMA, and did you start doing the call stars right away? Like, you just started right away?
No, I probably waited about 2 or 3. I had to build my confidence, man. So I had to practice and practice the scripts. And I called Meg and Jen like every day. Hey, I need help. Hey, I need help. Practice with me. So we'd role play. And then I found a accountability partner in MMA.
Who?
So him practice every morning. His name Jaren.
Jared?
Yep, Jaren. Yeah,
Jared Manley?
I can't remember his last name started with a W. It's like WOP. It's hard to say.
Whatever.
Yeah, but there, me and him practice every single morning our scripts that we do with realtors.
No.
Yeah, so every single morning before we get on Call Stars, so I'm already warmed up by then.
So you worked with Jared, you found a partner, you worked with Jared, you guys practice. So you started to build up. Okay, I feel like when somebody says this to me, I know how to respond to that, right? So you got a little bit of confidence built up. Took a couple of weeks to get that built up. And so then you attended your first Call Stars. How'd your first Call Stars go? How'd your first time go?
I was sweating bullets, but I kept through with it because, like I said, everything I wanted is on the other side of my fear. So I just kept pounding it out. And since I've started 4 months ago, I have pulled over 30 credits.
No kidding. Wow. Let me stick to the agent calls for a minute.
Okay.
So let me ask you this: like, on your first Call Stars that you did you set any appointments? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think I said probably 2, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
I did it.
I did it.
Yeah.
Celebrating.
And keep in mind, for all you listening or watching, these are appointments set with good agents, right?
Yeah.
These are no slouches. These are agents that are doing business. Tell me how those meetings go. Your first few meetings.
What was crazy is because, like, my wife, like I said, I'll go to my board and I'm checking out the agents. I only see the past deals that they did in 6 months. As I got to sitting with some of these agents, I sat with a lot of whales. I was sitting with people who were doing 30 deals and 40 deals a year, and I'm like, getting nervous at this time. I'm like, oh shit, I should have.
It's almost better not to know.
It is. It's way better.
It's way better not to know. They're on the list. Since they're on the list, I know they're good, but I'm not going to look at their production. I'm not going to, because I know they're good. I just want to go talk to them as a person.
Yep.
Hey there, if you're loving the tips so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and then click on the bell as well, so you never miss out on more cool free tips coming your way. And also, would love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think or what you want to see next. So you wound up meeting with a couple of whales, huh?
Couple of whales. Some of them sent me a little business, but at the time I couldn't make it complete. I was like, I wasn't doing it. But lately, so right now I have about 4 or 5 agents that I work with continuously, and one of them's a whale, and that's the one who's been sitting up.
So through this effort, you managed to meet with some agents, some of them being whales, and you actually found 4 or 5, one of them being a whale, who thought to themselves, I like Michael.
Yep. And you know what's funny? What made him work with me is because I kept calling every week.
The consistency.
One of his MLOs messed up a deal, and he said, "Man, I'm just going to start sending them all to you." And he's been sending every single deal ever since.
Timing is everything. Timing is everything, and it's also, I shouldn't say that. Timing's not everything, but timing does come into play a lot of times, right? But it's the consistency that's everything, right? So you were consistently there. You're consistently in his ear. Now, he dropped a loan officer because something went wrong, but I'll guarantee you that was brewing for a while. That probably, it wasn't like everything was honky-dory, then, oh, he screwed up. No way. Now I'm going to this guy. There's no way. There was that was brewing. You know what I mean? Like, he was thinking to himself, I'm not happy with this right now, right? And something blew up. And in the meantime, your consistency of being there, saying, hey, I'd love to meet with you. I'd love to meet with you. I'd love to meet with you. He said, okay, let's get together, right? So it really was the consistency. Timing does come into play, but it was the consistency that paid off for you.
And my wife's close to being a whale as well, too. So I kind of got 2 whales. So
good for you, man. Good for you. All right. So, okay. So now so right now, I mean, I don't know if you have this off the top of your head, but like, how many appointments did you have in the 4 months that you've been doing this? You really, let's call it 3 months, because you kind of took a minute to get started and get scripted and make sure you knew what you're doing. Like, how many appointments have you had?
So
Like,
you go to my notebook. I have appointments for since this is when I started MMA, and
okay.
I have a lot. Every week I have appointments, man. If I go,
Yeah.
you'll see every single week I'm appointments, appointments. I have appointments every single week. I'm
What, Michael, what's your script? Is it just the MMA script? So when you get somebody for the first time on the phone, hi, this is Frank, realtor extraordinaire. How may I help you? I mean, what's your script to them? What do you basically say?
I tweaked it a little bit. Let me pull it up 1 second. So I go through the script where I say, "Hey, may I speak to Frank? Hey,
Yeah.
I'm Michael. I'm a mortgage loan originator from SML Home Loans. I keep this short, but I keep this short because I know your time is valuable. The reason why I'm calling is because I have a list of top agents in front of me, and your name is on it. I'm a student of success, and I would love to learn how you got so successful. Would you be open to grabbing a coffee with me?"
That's it.
That's it.
Really?
Yep.
You
That's
ever get
it.
somebody to say no thanks and hang up?
Oh yeah, yeah. And
Of
guess what?
course.
I
Of
call
course
them
you
back.
do.
I call them back in 2 weeks.
Call them back in 2 weeks.
Never know what they was going through that
Have you
day.
have you have you ever had somebody just say, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, wow. Tell me, you're new to this still, man. You're going. So when you have the appointments now, I mean, how do those appointments? Do you do Zoom, phone call, face to face? What do you
all
do?
in person, all in person.
So you
Because
do all in person.
I know if I get in person with them, that I feel like I have a better chance of getting them because I feel like I can be charming. I can be,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's so
I,
true. You know, you meet somebody face to face and they can really get to know you and get your personality and decide if they like you or not, which is really what it comes down to. Let me ask you this. In your short time doing this and with the meetings that you have you ever met with one and in your mind you thought to yourself, "Oh, no way. I'm not interested in this person." Has that ever happened?
yeah, yeah, a few times, a few
Yeah.
times. I had a agent. The last meeting I had, uh, he was telling me, hey, if I work with a mortgage loan originator, then I'm gonna need him to start sending me deals first. So I said, hey, let me ask you a question. I was like, do your mortgage loan originator send you deals now? He was like, no. I was like, so you expect me to start sending you deals, but the one you work with and send deals to don't even send you deals. Like, you know,
Yeah. How's
yeah.
that make any sense?
Right, right.
Yeah.
I was telling about the real time referral.
There you go.
Yeah.
Real time referral program. Yeah.
So then it just, it didn't work out. But I mean, we talked a few times because it's funny because he goes to the gym that I go to. So we
Oh,
see,
okay. So you see him from here and there.
yeah,
You
we
watch,
talk.
man. That guy might come around.
I think he will. I think he will.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
to now, so I think
Yeah.
he's not.
Wow, this is so cool. All right. So now, of course, after you meet with these guys, you do a 12-week follow-up program too. Because I always tell people once you have the meeting, now you're in the red zone. You still got to get across the goal line, which is to get a referral. And so now you're on the 12-week follow-up program. So how's that working for you with the?
Oh, real good. So some people don't answer. I just leave a message and
Sure.
continue to call them up for the 12 weeks, but move on to the new list after that. I haven't even got to my full. I'm on my second round, so I
Yeah,
I'm
because you're brand new to this. I mean, you're only on your
very
first round. You just made it through your first round. Yeah, yeah.
And what I noticed too, it's only scary the first time I call. Like when I call them the second time after I already got them the answer, I feel way more warmer and loose.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, we already had a
Yeah.
conversation. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so let's move on to those 30 credit pulls.
Okay.
So we've done the work. We're doing call stars. We've gotten okay. First of all, let's start from the very beginning. You decided you need to get some coaching. You found us, and you were like, okay, these guys are cool. Let me see what I can get done over here. You figured, okay, I got to make these calls. I want to get better before I make the calls. I want to find someone, get some help,
Yeah.
practice a little first. So you did the practice, joined Call Star, started making a call, started getting appointments. And now you've got a handful of real estate agents that seem to be fairly consistent, and you're only 3 months into this thing, right? You're only really 3 months in. You keep doing this, brother. You're just going to kill this thing, dude. Like, you're
Yeah.
just going to, like, don't stop, man. Like, don't stop prospecting. Please don't. Please don't. Just keep having appointments, bro.
I hope you see this is what I point. That's what I want to do this year. 100 deals is my
A
goal.
hundred units. Okay, perfect.
That's my goal. So
There you
that's
go. Oh, you'll do it. You'll do it. So now, but how did you manage to get 30 credit pools? Like, that's a lot. So out of the five or so agents, that's a lot of credit pools.
so you know what I thought? I thought it wasn't enough. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
more because I know it's a numbers game.
It
So as
is. Yeah.
long as I know it's a number game, I'm like, hey, I need. And then with this too, as been a mortgage loan originator, you know what you kill, you eat. So it's like I want to make sure that I've set myself up for the months
Mm,
to come.
hmm
So, so it just, I didn't think I was doing enough. I feel
Yeah.
like I need more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, technically, you're probably right. We probably do need more, right? We do. But the fact that you're here at this stage and you're having this level of success, you're well on your way, Michael. I mean, you're well on your way. Yeah, you're doing really, really good. So, wow, wow, how cool, man! And here we are, a new year, diving in, 2025. Um, yeah, man. Just hey, man. As a guy who's doing this pretty new, right into coaching, is doing Call Stars Breakfast Club, that kind of a thing. I mean, for anybody who's listening to this who maybe has not got 7 deals in their pipeline in short order like this, and because I want everybody to remember this, just think about this: 7 deals in the pipeline, 30 credit pulls. You know how this goes. Like it takes, and this is really let's give the first month as kind of a pass, because the first month is you've got to kind of figure things out. You're practicing scripts, you're getting over your fears, all that kind of stuff. And then you're starting to get going. So let's call it 3.5 months, or, call it in 3 months. Anybody knows this. If you're starting from scratch, you don't expect to close a deal for 3 months, because you gotta find the agents, befriend them, get them to like you enough to send you deals, get the deals, pre-approve the deals, have them find a property, get into contract, close the deal. Right? There's time here.
Yeah.
But what you've managed to do is to get 30 credit pulls and 7 deals in the pipeline in just a few months by working the plan. I mean, Michael, just what's your advice, man?
Man, just like I said, man, everything you fear, everything you want is on the other side of your fears.
Love
So
it.
if you really have your plans written out, your goals written out, and you really read them every day, I just feel like I'm not letting anybody step in my
Mm,
way.
mm,
Not myself.
mm. And then, so MMA, thumbs up.
I love it. Oh, too. I wish I had more thumbs. I throw them all up. I love this group. I love it. And what I love the most is that a lot of people don't talk about is you guys is the site that you get that comes with it. Like the
Yeah,
class that I can watch, the replays, all the scripts, the toolkits. I'm on it every day. Like
yeah,
I'm just reading through it constantly because
yeah.
I'm trying to speed myself up to be one of the top MLOs here in the state.
Oh, you're gonna do it, dude. You're absolutely gonna do it. All right, Michael. Hey, man. I don't know. When you chimed in on Breakfast Club, just so you know, I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but the reason I wanted to get Michael on was because we were on Breakfast Club, and well, it was the last day of the year, and so we were giving away T-shirts. That's what we were doing, but you got to share your story. You got to share something cool. Then Michael said, "Yeah, I've been doing this 4 months. I got 7 deals in the pipeline." Well, we're like, "What? Okay, let's talk about that." But I just had to talk about it. I just, man, I just want to encourage you and say congratulations on everything, brother. You're in good hands. Just keep following the plan. Stick to it, brother. You've already got 7 in the pipe. Trust me, man. You'll hit your goal of 100 this year. I'm confident that that's going to happen for you. Be sure to wear your Loan Officer Breakfast Club t-shirt when you get it, because it's going to give you superpowers that you don't even know about right now. It's just going to be amazing. It's going to freak you out, dude. And keep coming back to Breakfast Club and chiming in, man. Say hi to us more on the club, because yeah, you're inspirational to a lot of people already. Only 4 months in, you're already very inspirational. So for the rest of y'all watching and listening, if you wanted to learn more about mortgage marketing animals and Breakfast Club, you can go to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. Sign up for Breakfast Club. We do that every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern time. It's live, totally free, absolutely no cost Zoom call. We have fun at Breakfast Club, don't we, Michael?
I love it, man. Love
Yeah.
it. And Frank, my goal is to get to the Freedom Club, man.
Oh yeah, baby.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
man.
you'll do it. You'll do it. You'll be speaking at one of them.
Oh yeah.
That's the way that's going to go down. And then if you want to learn more about what you can get over at Mortgage Marketing Animals, you can go to mortgagemarketinganimals.com, or you can go to wantmoreloans.com, and then we'll just grab a time with you and have a chat with you and show you what's inside and get you started. But Michael, thanks so much, man, for doing this podcast with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, man. You take care. Appreciate it.
All right, man. All right, you guys have a great one. Thanks so much. Join us again here next week on the Mortgage Loan Officer Podcast, brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. We'll see you later. Adios.